Hey, it's Cobra here at MaddenGuides.com, and for this Madden 22 defensive tips video breakdown, want to take a look at how to get consistent pressure on the quarterback despite the running back staying in the pass block. And I think you guys are going to like this breakdown as far as bringing pressure on the quarterback, because you're going to be able to get it regardless, as the title indicates. If the running back stays in the pass block, you're still going to get the pressure on the quarterback regardless, which is nice. Because there are a lot of blitz setups that we show, whether it be me on my YouTube channel or some of the other Madden YouTube channels out there. They'll show blitz setups where the running back goes out. Yeah, you still get the pressure on the quarterback, but then when they leave the running back to stay in the pass block, then you don't. And what I've been trying to do with some of these setups are recent. I've been trying to show you guys that, I'll show you guys a setup with the running back going out, and then I'll try to show another setup where you can still get pressure on the quarterback if the running back stays in the pass block. So I've been trying to focus a little bit more on that with a lot of my video breakdowns. I can't always say I'm going to do it, but that's what I've been trying to do. At any rate, what I want to do is I want to get into this, and I want to go ahead and show you a defense out of the 3-4 odd that you can do this with, where you can still get pressure on a quarterback, and it's really easy to set up, which is really nice. And it's just not this defense, it's a lot of other defenses, and you'll get the idea when I show this that you can do this from several other different defenses, and hopefully it'll give your mind a chance to really start to spin and really start to think about things you can do in the lab and find some of these other hidden gems, if you will, that allow you to get pressure on a quarterback if the running back stays in the pass block. So what I want to do is, let's go ahead and look at one of my favorite defensive formations, and that's the 3-4 odd. Now I'm going to use the 3-4 playbook for this video breakdown. I'm going to go ahead and use the Cowboys, obviously, on both sides of the field. And just in case you guys didn't know, I am in the process of making a 3-4 front guide. It's a blitz guide. It'll show you a lot of different blitzes, and some of these things, like some of these tips I'm showing here, are in there. But then there's a lot of blitzes that I have not shown on the YouTube channel. At any rate, look for that at some point coming out whenever I can get around to finishing it up. But at any rate, let's go into the 3-4 odd. And I do like the 3-4 odd quite a bit as far as bringing pressure on a quarterback. The reason is because there's some different things you can do with some adjustments, which are really nice. And I'll go ahead and show you one of those here in the video breakdown. So let's go ahead and look at the pinch buck zero. I believe I've already shown this defense before. I'm going to go ahead and show it to you right now because it's definitely a defense that can bring some pressure on the quarterback. The play I'm going to run this from, at least on the offensive side of the ball, is the gun bunch trail. You'll notice that the running back is actually staying in. What I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to go ahead and hot route him just on a swing route. I just want you guys to see that this blitz works. Obviously, it's going to work against this particular offensive play. And one of the things that I like to do with the 3-4 odd is to go ahead and shift the defense and pinch them by pressing down on the left stick. And you can see what this does. It brings these linebackers closer to the line of scrimmage in this area here. Now, there's another thing you can do here, and I'll show that here in just a bit. Probably should just do a formation breakdown on this, and maybe I'll do that in a separate video breakdown. But at any rate, you can get these guys closer to the line of scrimmage, such as you see on your screen. Now, a lot of times when I run this particular blitz, I'll go ahead and move this guy over. This is the safety right here, the free safety. I'm going to move him over here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you this setup here real quick, and you can see that you're going to get some pressure definitely coming off one of the linebackers on the outside, if not both of them on occasion. You'll get both of them in there. This time we're only going to get one. But at any rate, you can see that you get the pressure on the quarterback, which is the idea of this. Obviously, if they've got five receivers going out, we've got 6 blitzers, somebody's going to get in. The numbers dictate that we're going to get somebody in there. But what if they leave the running back in the pass block? We're not going to see that pressure right there you're seeing on your screen. We're not going to get that left outside linebacker getting pretty much a clean look at hitting the quarterback. You're not going to see that. So let's go ahead and do it again this time. This is the trail again, and we'll go back into the pinch buck zero. And again, we'll go ahead and do the same thing I just showed you guys as far as the setup goes. And then I'm just going to go ahead and simply move him over. Now, remember, this time the running back, he is staying into pass block right here. So he's staying in. He's not going out. And I'm just going to switch off to the nose tackle for now. And if you remember right earlier, the pressure came off the edge from this linebacker, and he was able to get a pretty clean shot at the quarterback as far as getting pressure. Let's watch what happens this time. And you already know what the outcomes are going to be. He's going to get blocked, or somebody's going to get blocked. In this case, it was the inside backer, I believe it was the right inside linebacker that was coming through the A gap, where the running back steps up and blocks him, which wasn't good, because our opponent would have had a lot of time. Now, obviously, I didn't throw it, but if our opponent was wanting to get rid of the ball pretty quick, he could have threw it right in this guy here, and he could have completed in this area here for a nice passing play right there. And so he had plenty of time, no pressure. You can see right there as we rewind it, you can see it, the running back steps up, makes the block right there, takes that linebacker out, and quarterback's got almost all day. And all we're hoping now is maybe one of our defenders break loose and get through and get after the quarterback. Now, what I want to show you, because this is what you guys came here for, was how to get pressure even if the running back stays in the pass block. So let's go look at that. All right, so we're going to run that same defense, the pinch buck zero, against the same offensive play. This is with the running back staying in the pass block. All right, I'm going to do the same setup that I just showed you with this, but a couple different adjustments here. The main adjustment that we're going to make is this guy right here. This is the key. The right outside linebacker in the 4-3, the 3-4, I believe, and even the 46, this is going to work nicely is what I'm about to show here. So what you're going to do is, you notice right now he's blitzing. I'm going to go ahead and blitz all the linebackers. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and press blitz all. So I went ahead and just, brought up the linebacker screen, and then I pressed down on the right stick, and this makes all the linebackers blitz, including this linebacker here. Initially he was in man coverage, which is going to be the left inside linebacker. Now you can see that I've got everybody going in as far as the linebackers. And I know what you guys are thinking, Cobra, now the running backs, what if he goes out? He's gonna be wide open. They could throw a quick pass. And you're right. You're absolutely 100% right. They could do that, but they're not going to do that because I'm not going to allow him to get open. And I'm going to show you how to set this up. So this guy right here, the right outside linebacker, he is the one defender in the 3-4 or the 43 defense where, regardless, if the running back goes out, he will cover him if you put him in man coverage. See right there. Now we still have the exact same blitz setup pretty much that we had initially. We still have 3 linebackers. If you remember right, the pinch buck zero has 3 linebackers blitzing. Instead of being these 3 linebackers that are blitzing, it now becomes these 3 linebackers blitzing. So we're still getting the same blitz. Now, the key here is this linebacker, the right outside linebacker, he will blitz if the running back stays in the pass block. Whereas these other 3 linebackers, if the running back was to stay in the pass block, guess what? They drop back, QB spy, they do something like that. They will not blitz. They actually drop back into some type of coverage. Generally, it's QB spy for the most part. You guys can go in the lab and figure out exactly who they do and what they do, but that's pretty much what they do. So what I'm telling you is, in the 3-4 odd or any of the 3-4 defenses, the right outside linebacker is the only linebacker there that will not blitz. Well, excuse me, will blitz if the running back stays in the pass block. That's the key to this. So let's go back in this one more time. So back to the pinch buck zero, back to the trail play, hot route, all those linebackers to blitz. You can go ahead and, if you want, this is up to you as far as the pinch. I'm going to go ahead and pinch him just like I did. Put this linebacker into man coverage on the running back. Now notice I did not hit base of line. That's a whole nother story, and I'll talk about that here in just a bit, about base of line. That's why I did not hit base of line. So keep that in mind. So there you go. There's what your setup looks like right now. And then you want to move this guy right here. This is that safety. You still need to slide him over somewhere. He doesn't have to be right on the tight end way over there. He can be somewhere in this area. All right. So there's your setup. Now, keep in mind, as I just pointed out to you, this running back is staying in the pass block, as you can see on your screen. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. I'm not going to throw it. There he comes. Guess what? We just got pressure on the quarterback, even though the running back stayed in the pass block. That's the key. If you were to go ahead and let's go ahead and go back into it again here. Same defense, right? This time I'm going to go ahead and blitz all the linebackers, but this guy right here, this time, just out of curiosity, we're going to go ahead and put the left outside linebacker in man coverage. You can see on your screen. I don't know why you do this, but I'm just doing it for the video breakdown for the purpose of it. He's covering a running back. So this linebacker right now, this left outside linebacker on your depth chart is covering this running back right there on your screen. Let's just go ahead and run it and see what happens here. But I guarantee it, See how that happens there? We don't get any type of pressure on the quarterback. Matter of fact, let's go back and rewind this. This is what I was just talking about. And that's what the problem is with this. And that's why I suggest, let's go in instant replay real quick here. And then we'll go back into the, on the other side, we'll flip it to the other Cowboy team here. See how see right there? Let's go back to that linebacker. See, he doesn't rush the quarterback. Matter of fact, if you look at it, he doubles up the tight end. We don't want that. We don't want him doubling up the tight end. Whereas earlier when I showed you the setup, when we had this guy in man coverage on a running back, he rushed the quarterback. So that's the key right there. So the right outside linebacker is really the one that you need to have as your guy that's going to be in man coverage on the running back. All right, let's go back in here. Let's go ahead and run the same play again. Back to the trail. And I want to show you guys something else here with this baseline, what I talked about baseline earlier. Now, other thing too, I'm not sure if I got the sub in here, but I'm going to show you guys another little trick that's really nifty here that I like to do with this particular setup. So I'm going to put one of my faster defensive ends at nose tackle, only in the 3-4 odd, because I know something that I like to do from the 3-4 odd when I run this particular defensive setup. So let's go ahead and just show it to you. All right, now I talked about earlier about baseline. So let's look at baseline just real quick. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this guy right here. If you look at it, you're going to notice this safety's in man coverage on the tight end, right? There you go, right there. You can see it. If you hit baseline, that changes things up. And now he's in man coverage on the running back right here. So now you got man coverage here on this running back with the safety. You don't want this because you can go ahead. Let me go ahead and do this right now. You can blitz all your linebackers, but then who's this guy? What are you going to do? You're going to put him on the running back? Well, the problem with that is you can't, because if you look, the tight end is left wide open. No one's covering this tight end over here. So that's the reason you cannot use baseline, because it makes that safety also cover running back. Now you could hurry up and flip back off if you're quick enough. Let me go ahead and do this again here. You could flip him off, go to him real quick, and then put him back into man coverage once you do baseline and have it like that. That's fine if you think you're fast enough. I'm saving you the trouble having to do all that. Now, if you want to do that, that's fine. If you think you're fast enough on the controller and you can set this up, more power to you, because you can do it. It's just a matter of doing that quickly like that. But for me, that's why I don't use baseline with this, is because of that reason. It's just a lot easier not to have to use baseline. So let's go back in here one more time, and I want to show you this. We'll go through this one more time here with this. I want to show you guys another thing about this setup here. And what if they were to flip it? Let's go ahead and flip the play. A lot of guys, I know they like to come out in the bunch. So here you go with the bunch. Here it is right there. Here we are in our defense. And they like to go ahead and flip it. Well, it really doesn't affect anything, per se, as far as the coverages go. You still got the same look, so you still got the same coverage. Remember, I didn't use baseline, so you still got the same thing. So we're going to go ahead and blitz. We're going to go ahead and pinch the defensive line down. We're going to go ahead and put this guy in man coverage on the running back, as you can see. And there you go. All right, now I'm going to add one more thing to this, one more element that I have not shown. And this is the reason that I put one of my faster defensive linemen in at the nose tackle position in the 3-4 odd. So this guy right here, Basham, he's got, I believe, 82 speed. This is going to allow me to, once the ball is snapped, I need him to go ahead and rush. So he'll come up while I'm in control of him. He'll come up and rush. But then I'm going to drop him back into pass coverage. So my idea, once he comes up, and once I see this linebacker or whatever defender gets across the line of scrimmage, rather it be this linebacker here, you know, it could be another linebacker. Somebody could get through. It could also be one of the inside linebackers. But once I see one of those guys cross the line of scrimmage, then I need to go ahead and drop him back. See, I'm trying to fight off right there. Now I'm dropping him back. You just saw me drop him back. And there I go. I got the pressure on the quarterback. I got him one extra defender that I can use pretty much to take away the shallow crossing routes, some of the shorter stuff underneath. That's the idea of this. And you can see right there, we actually got pressure off the edge, and one of my guys actually fought through the line, through the halfback, and got in there. But if you go back in the instant replay and look at this, as far as Cox getting in there, that was just because he was able to break through the running back. But Parsons out here on the outside, He's the guy that was in man coverage on the running back. He's got a free release after him. And if you look, eventually I'm able to break free, maybe a little bit late with my defender right here, as far as this guy right here, but I was eventually able to go ahead, this guy right here, I was eventually able to break him and drop him back where I can go ahead and watch all these different areas as far as defending it, looking for any kind of crossing route that might come over the middle of the field. All right, so I want to wrap things up with one last little tip here with this particular setup. And I am going to do some more breakdowns of this with some other different formations you can run this from. So let's go back in here one more time. I'm going to show you just one last thing here. And say they come out and let's just say they run this mesh spot play. This is the gun tight doubles. This is a 2x2 formation. So anytime you hear the word 2x2, that means you have two receivers lined up on this side, and then you have two receivers lined up on this side. So that's a 2x2. Whereas in the bunch formation, it's a 3x1. You have three receivers lined up on one side, and then you have one lined up on the other side. So this one's a 2x2. Anytime you got a 2x2 formation, let's go ahead and just look at it. As far as with the coverages, you really don't have to do anything differently. As far as that, remember earlier I was telling you guys, you're going to have to take control of this guy right here and bring him over. Well, here you don't have to, because he's already covering the slot receiver right there. So all you got to do is just go ahead and blitz the linebackers. Here, I'm going to go ahead and pinch the defense, the whole defense here, and then put this guy in man coverage on the running back. Now, the only thing I might suggest, because of this earlier, where we had to move the safety, you might want to move this linebacker in a little bit. I mean, you can do whatever you want with them. If you want to leave them over there, that's fine too. One thing else I'd recommend, Parsons is one of the fastest linebackers in the game right now. What I would suggest is you don't have to have your best linebacker doing this or your fastest linebacker, but I would definitely have a pretty fast linebacker. Somebody whose speed is almost as comparable to the running back. That way, if he does go out, if the running back does go out, that linebacker can stay with him. So that's something else you might consider doing. But at any rate, at this point here, I'm just going to slide him pretty much right over here. It's fine. He can still get over there and cover the halfback. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch off to my other defender. I actually went back in position, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and run this, and we'll see what happens here. And right there, we still got the pressure on the quarterback, even with the running back running out on that one. That's with the running back running out. Let's go ahead and do the same thing again. Let's go ahead and pinch the line, do all that good stuff. And then we're going to go ahead and move him over. You can't get him too close, but you can move him into the position. You got to stay at least 5 yards off the line of scrimmage, or he's going to reset. All right, there we go. There's the setup right there. Now remember, this is what I'm going to have the running back staying in the pass block this time. So let me go ahead and do that. And there's a running back staying in the pass block. We'll go ahead and snap it, and then we'll see what happens as far as with the coverages and stuff like that. We ran out of time. 2-minute warning. So I've spent a little bit of time on this video, but that's all right. I wanted to really explain this to you guys as I was going through it. So let's go back into this this mesh spot play, and then back into the pinch buck zero. So we're going to go ahead and blitz the linebackers. Go ahead and put this guy in man coverage on the running back. This is this linebacker right here. And then at this point, we're right there. And then I'm going to leave the running back in the pass block. We'll see what happens here and see if we still get that same type of pressure. Remember, we showed it against the gun bunch. Let's just see what happens with it this time. See, we still get somebody in there. Even if the running back's staying in the pass block, we still get a guy in. And that's the nice thing about this. Regardless if the running back stays in the pass block, even in a 2x2 or a 3x1, you should still get the pressure on the quarterback. Regardless. Because that right outside linebacker is the key to this, to make this work. The right outside linebacker. That's the one that you gotta put in man coverage on the running back, because otherwise it doesn't work. Let's go back in here and instant replay, and then we'll get out of this video breakdown. Again, I know it's kind of a lengthy one, but I really wanted to explain this because I am going to be going in some more blitzes on here, and the rest of the videos will be a lot shorter than this one, because I won't explain as much to you guys. But there you guys go. You can see right there, there's the pressure. And then we get that inside pressure right there as far as with this. So right there, you can see right there, it's the pressure is going to come right there, right up from the left end. All right, now let's look at one last thing before I get out of this one. Let's get back out of that real quick. Let's not move the running back this time, not the linebacker. Let's not move the linebacker. And let's go back into that 3-4 odd And we're just going to go ahead and blitz. Go ahead and crash the defense line down. And we're going to do this. All right, we're not even going to move the linebacker this time. Let's just see what happens with it this time. And that's with the running back staying in the pass block. This is the final of the thing right here. And again, we still get that pressure. We actually got 2 guys in that time. So, guys, I really hope this video breakdown helped you guys out. Again, I know it's a pretty long one. It's going on around 20-21 minutes. But it was certainly something that I wanted to show you guys as far as bringing pressure on the quarterback, because I think it's worth showing it to you guys. And it'll allow you guys to get some pressure on the quarterback when you guys run these cover 0 type defenses such as this one. So again, this one is a Madden 22 defensive tip, how to get consistent pressure on the quarterback despite the running back staying in the pass block.